Today, I'll show you how to create an ocean at sunset in Blender. You'll learn how to model an ocean, add floating objects, and finally create a realistic ocean texture. Let's get started. Start your project by adding a plane as the base for the ocean. Apply the ocean modifier to make the water surface animatable. Increase the resolution to create more detailed waves, and adjust the wave scale to set the size of the waves. Higher values will create large, rough waves, while smaller values will create calmer water. Enable the foam option to add foam crests and give this effect a name, like wave. To animate the ocean, go to the time parameter and enter the formula number frame /40. This formula ensures the ocean moves evenly with each frame. The smaller the number, the faster the animation. To dynamically move the camera over the water, add another plane and position it at one corner of the ocean. This plane will serve as the base for the camera. Subdivide the plane to add more geometry and then add a shrink wrap modifier, selecting the ocean as the target. The plane will now automatically conform to the water surface. Add a camera and direct it towards the ocean. Use the copy location constraint on the camera and select the plane as the target. Then switch to the edit mode of the plane, select all points with A, and create a new vertex group. Assign this group to the constraint so that the camera moves evenly over the ocean. Now switch to the shader editor, create a new material, and add an add shader, an emission shader, a color ramp, and an attribute shader. Connect these nodes as shown in the example to create a realistic ocean texture. Adjust the color ramp to achieve the desired look for foam and water. You can now model additional objects, like a container or a buoy, to float on the water. If you model a container, you can add a texture to give it more detail. If you can't find a suitable texture, you can create one yourself in a design tool like Canva. I've published such a texture on my Pinterest account. The link is in the description. Use the same technique as with the camera to make the container realistically float on the waves. Add a plane, subdivide it, apply the shrink wrap modifier, and connect it with a vertex group. Then apply the copy location constraint so that the container stays realistically on the water. Position it so it appears slightly submerged for added drama. For the next step, adjust the camera settings to expand the view of the ocean. Widen the camera angle to reveal more of the water. Add a world texture to the environment and align the sun to create a sunset mood. Lower the sun's height to direct the light across the water accordingly. Experiment with brightness and colors until the scene achieves the desired look. The reddish tones of the setting sun reflect on the water, giving the scene a moody atmosphere. To extend the ocean in the scene, duplicate the ocean and move it to the side. Reduce the resolution of the duplicated ocean to around 5 to save computing power. Repeat this step 2 more times to expand the water surface. This creates the illusion of a vast, endless ocean. Then adjust the samples in rendering to soften the sharpness of the waves and foam slightly, making it look more natural. Once you're satisfied with all the settings, render the video. My video is now fully rendered, and I'm very happy with the result. If you have questions about Blender or encounter difficulties with your own projects, feel free to join my Discord server. There, we help each other with tips and tricks. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoyed this tutorial. Have fun creating and happy rendering.